Chairman of the Subcommittee on Immigration, the gentleman from California is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Trenchell, you said that your hospital has incurred $26 million in uncompensated care over the past year. Obviously, that money doesn't come from nowhere. It comes out of what you'd otherwise be spending. So does this mean that there's $26 million less equipment for your patients, $26 million less staff to care for them?
It does. You know, that extra revenue that we would have brought in would have gone back into the community, and we do that as a nonprofit. So it would have been either to purchase equipment, have additional access ports for patients here, bring in additional physicians. It would have been used for the benefit of our community, for sure.
Now, you say you serve all patients equally, but it is a zero-sum equation, isn't it? A bed that's taken by one person is not going to be available for another. An hour of a doctor's time on one person is not going to be available to care for another. So if your emergency room, for example, is packed with illegal immigrants, doesn't that mean, just as a simple mathematical equation, that legal residents must wait exactly that much longer for care?
Yes, it does. That's very true. We've had that experience in our emergency room. We've had that experience with patients who've had to delay elective surgery because other urgent migrant patients have come in who needed emergent surgery. We've had to delay maternity patients with planned inductions because we've simply been out of space in our maternity unit with migrant patients who've had deliveries, many of them just coming in at the same time for deliveries.
Now, of course, virtually all of these migrants don't stay here. Where do they go?
We don't know where they go. You know, some may go to Florida. They really go everywhere. We don't know.
So this is going to be impacting every hospital in the country?
Yes, yes.
Sheriff Wilmot, are Mexican cartels operating in Yuma County today?
There is a cartel. Sorry about it. There is a cartel influence in Yuma County we have two states in Mexico that border Yuma County. We have the Baja California, which is the Sinaloa cartel in Sonora.
So what are they doing on this side of the border? What are the cartels doing on this side of the border?
Well, they're the ones that are orchestrating the smuggling of narcotics and humans towards the east part of the county.
What are your greatest concerns for public safety from their activity here?
Well, obviously, first concern is the loss of life and the impact on our local communities. It's also the fact that when we have that many getaways, and we know how many countries have actually come through Yuma County, those also being special interest countries, what is this country going to expect to happen of these unknown individuals coming into the United States? Where are they going, and what is their intentions?
Could we expect to see the kind of violent cartel gun battles in our cities that we're now seeing in Mexico?
We have seen victims of that come into our county as well as other counties along the U.S.-Mexico border.
Is it just a matter of time before we see the same things here?
I believe they've already seen it in other states.
We saw it in Tulare County in California just a few weeks ago. What's your warning to other communities from what you've experienced here?
We've been trying to warn other communities for the past couple years in regards to the activities that we're seeing here. It's not staying in the border, it's going across the nation, and I don't think you'll find a sheriff now throughout the United States that doesn't say that they're actually now a border county because of what the impacts they've had in their communities.
I thank the gentleman.